Do you ever feel lost playing your guitar, like you are not quite sure about what you are playing? Kind of like trying to figure out how to navigate through the rooms hidden behind the doors in Goonies 2 for the NES. In this video I will give you a reference point on the guitar that will help you to navigate through the fretboard in an effective and easy way, even without memorizing all the notes along the fretboard. For those who doesn't know me, I'm Stefano Rossi, I'm a guitar teacher and I'm the director of the Dupi Music School. And in my spare time I enjoy Father's Day gifts. In the video description you can find a link to my Patreon, where you can download a PDF with the guitar tabs of all the exercises and all the schemes that I will show you in this video. Let's be honest, a lot of guitar players play mechanically, without really knowing what they're doing. And that's not a completely bad thing, because in my opinion the most important thing is to have fun with your guitar. However, it often happens that those who decide to take guitar lessons do so mainly because of this reason: the lack of a connection between their actions and the musical references used. In today's video I'll show you a very useful visualization system, the caged system. If you've heard about it before, this system is often associated with guitar chords, which can create some confusion among less experienced guitar players. If you've tried in the past to understand it and it wasn't so clear, try resetting your knowledge and follow my explanation. Often this has proven to be a key element in my students' understanding of the system. The cage system is a geometric system that allows you to find identical notes on the fretboard, dividing it into 5 positions. The C position tells us that if we have a note on the 2nd string, we find an identical note 2 frets ahead on the 5th string. And this geometry applies through all the fretboard. The A position allows us, starting from the 5th string, to find an identical note 2 frets ahead on the 3rd string. In the G position, starting from a note on the 3rd string, we can find 2 notes identical to it, 3 frets ahead on the 1st and 6th strings. When we are in the E position, starting from the 6th string, we can find an identical note on the 1st string, but also 2 frets ahead on the 4th string. Finally, in the D position, starting from the 4th string, we find an identical note 3 frets ahead on the 2nd string. The first thing to do is to memorize the 5 positions, but we can now see immediately how to connect them. In fact, the rightmost note of every single caged position is also the leftmost note of the next position. As you can see, starting from the C position, I can move my index finger to the note I just found to enter the A position. From here, I can then move my finger to the next note and enter the G position. I can repeat the same process for all the other positions. Therefore, once you understand this, you can decide to find these 5 positions starting from any note. For example, if I want to find all the F notes on the guitar fretboard, starting as close as possible to the nut, I have the first F on the 1st fret of the 6th string, so I'll be in the E position. From here, I'll then move to D, then to C, then to A, and finally to G. I can then start over until I cover the entire guitar fretboard. Great, but what's the use? This is a starting point for getting a correct sense of orientation on the guitar. In fact, thanks to this division of the fretboard and knowing all the intervals of the musical structures, I can build any structure in these 5 positions and replicate it in any key. For example, if you want to play the natural minor scale, you have to play starting from the tonic of the scale a major second, a minor third, a perfect fourth, a perfect fifth, a minor sixth and a minor seventh, and then return to the tonic. For simplicity's sake, I will show you the diagram on the screen, but if you're interested in the topic of intervals, let me know in the comment section. Maybe I will make a video about it. So once you find the notes in a particular position, you can move the starting point of that scale wherever you want on the fretboard based on the key you want to play in. In the example I gave earlier, we were in the C position of the D minor scale, but if instead I started from the 7th fret instead of the 5th, I would have an E minor scale because the starting note is an E. Once you've memorized the position, you can then move on to memorize all the others. And by connecting the starting points, you can move through all the positions of the guitar, always staying within the same scale. What you've seen is the complete visualization of the natural D minor scale across the fretboard using the caged system. But let's take a look to a couple of exercises that will help you memorize all these scales. But before we proceed, I remind you, if you haven't already done it, to subscribe to my channel. And if you are enjoying this video, please give it a like. It's free and it allows me to reach other passionate guitarists. So if you'll do it, thank you very much. And of course, if you want to download the PDF with all the schemes and the guitar tabs of the exercises, join my Patreon. You can find the link to it on the video description. The first exercise I propose is a scalar sequence in 3/4 time to be replicated in all 5 positions, always starting from the first note of the scale. You'll notice that depending on the sector you'll be using, the fingering may change significantly. That's why it's very useful to study the same sequence on multiple sectors to be ready for any situation. In this second exercise we are in 4/4 time and the scalar sequence has some jumps between intervals, which won't all be close together as before. These exercises are very useful for memorization, but they can also be used to have a lot of fun in composition and improvisation. Check it out! I hope that this video helped you to find your way through the fretboard. Remember that if you want to download the PDF, you can join my Patreon and let me know in the comments if it was helpful. Thanks for watching and until next time. Ciao ciao!